Umbrian city of very ancient Umbrian Etruscan foundation with early Romanization, Roman theater still visible, a medieval hub under the Montefeltro and later the Papal States, with civic identity forged by the Corsa dei Ceri and the cult of Saint Ubaldo. Nicknames: City of the Ceri, City of Stone for its limestone architecture, and in winter, City of the world's largest Christmas tree lit on Mount Ingino. Spirit: sober and industrious, deeply community-minded, tied to districts and confraternities, dry wit and pride in rites and crafts. Culture: Corsa dei Ceri, May 15th. Palio della Balestra with San Sepolcro. Civic museums in Palazzo dei Consoli. Artisan traditions in stone, iron, ceramics. A calendar of exhibitions, festivals, and sacred music. Roman theater for summer events. Geography: northeastern Umbria, on the slopes of Mount Ingino and the Ugubine Basin between the Umbro-Marchigiano Apennines and the upper Chiascio Valley, sub-Apennine climate with cold winters and breezy summers. Structure: compact historic center in gray stone, uphill medieval grid, terraces and ramparts, theatrical squares and civic palaces overlooking the valley, villages and hamlets spread across the plain. Location: between Perugia, Assisi, and Urbino, halfway between Tyrrhenian and Adriatic, a natural hinge between Umbria and the March. Districts: traditional division into 5 historic quarters: San Martino, San Giuliano, Sant'Andrea, San Pietro, San Francesco, and the Ceri communities, Sant'Ubaldo, San Giorgio, Sant'Antonio, that animate feasts and rehearsals. Urban landscape: Piazza Grande suspended over the valley, Palazzo dei Consoli and Palazzo Pretorio, the cathedral, the Basilica of Sant'Ubaldo on the hill, Romanesque churches, steep lanes and axes, loggias and gates, Roman theater and walls. Daily life: coffee under the loggia's market in the square, Norcineria and bakeries, ceramic and stone workshops. Youths practicing drums, walks up to Ingino, winter lights of the tree, spring rehearsals for the Ceri. Economy: cultural and outdoor tourism, artistic and stone craftsmanship, agri-food, charcuterie, truffle oil cheeses, light mechanics and subcontracting, a manufacturing cluster in the Gubbio Gualdo Tadino area, services, heritage restoration work sites. Transport: SS-219 and SS-452 Della Contessa toward Fano and the Adriatic, SS-298 toward Perugia, nearest railway station at Fossato di Vico, with shuttle buses, widespread coach services, growing cycle paths, cableway as tourist mobility. People: straightforward Ugubini, master stonemasons and ceramists, pork butchers and cheesemakers, professionals, cultural operators, Ceri bearers and crossbowmen, commuting students, pilgrims on the way of St. Francis and hikers of Mount Cuco. Hospitals: reference facility is the Branca Gubbio Gualdo Tadino, hospital with emergency and specialties, city polyclinics, and local health services. Thermal centers: no spas in town nearby Fontecchio, Città di Castello, and Triponzo in the Valnerina for therapy and wellness. Immunology centers: analysis labs and immunohematology at the Branca Hospital and local blood draw points for prevention and vaccinations. University: ties with the University of Perugia, main campuses in nearby cities, presence of ITS Umbria Academy and high-level artisan training schools, local historical study centers. Lift systems: Funivia Colle. Eleto, open baskets, from the historic center to the Basilica of Sant'Ubaldo, access to the Ingino Trail network and toward Mount Cuco. Typical foods: Crescia Ugubina, including the flaky version, Frico all'Eugubina, Umbrian Ciauscolo and Capocollo, Umbricelli with black truffle, wild boar stew, polenta with game sauces, farmhouse soups, cows and sheep's cheeses, honey, mushrooms, and chestnuts. Typical wines in 2025, Umbria IGT labels and DOC from the Colli Alto Tiberini and Perugini, Grosseto and Trebbiano for whites, Sangiovese, Cilieggiolo, Sagrantino, and Umbrian blends for reds, local Vinsanto in some wineries. Typical animals: wild boar and roe deer in the woods, occasional Apennine wolf in the area, porcupine and fox on the hills, raptors such as the buzzard and peregrine falcon, rich bird life along ditches and pastures, horses and flocks dotting the Ugobine countryside.